recite this verse first. That's Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 8, verse number 28. Because this my realizations and points are on based on this verse. So let's see. Right. Yeah, this is the verse. All right, I'll recite the verse and then we'll go step by step. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanam Timirandhasya Jnananjana Chakshurmritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namah. Narayana Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Nashtaprayeshava Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Neshtaki Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. जय जगत गुरु शिला प्रभुपाद की जय, शिला गुरुदेव महाश्री गोसाई महाराज की जय, भगवत गीता एचटीज की जय, श्रीमद् भागवतम पुराण की जय, श्री अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। टैगोर प्रेमानंदे। हरि हरि बोल। हरे कृष्ण। मन्ये त्वां कालम् ईशानम् अनादि निधनं विभुम् समं चरन्तं सर्वत्र भूतानां यन्मिथः कलिः। मन्ये त्वां कालम् ईशानम् अनादिनिधनं विभुम् समं चरन्तं सर्वत्र भूतानां यन्मिथः कलिः। मन्ये त्वां कालम् ईशानम् अनादिनिधनं विभुम् समं चरन्तं सर्वत्र भूतानां यन्मितः कलिः। Word to word synonym. Translation and purport by Jagtguru Srila Prabhupada. Jagtguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Manye, I consider. Tvam, your lordship. Kalam, the eternal time. Ishanam, the supreme lord. Anadi, nidhanam, without beginning and end. Vibhum, all pervading. Samam, equally merciful. Charantam, distributing. Sarvatra, everywhere. Bhutanam, of the living beings. Yat mittaha, by intercourse. Kalihi, dissensions. So, by word to word synonym, we can understand, we can derive the meaning that first line, Manne Tvam Kalam Ishan. So, this is the verse by Kunti Devi. She is addressing Lord Shri Krishna and is saying, Kunti Devi saying, I consider your lordship eternal time, the supreme lord. Manne, I consider. Tvam, your lordship. Kalam, that's the eternal time. Ishanam means the supreme lord. Anadi nidhanam. So anadi, adi is beginning. Anadi means without beginning. Anadi nidhanam means without beginning and end. Vibhum is all pervading. Vibhum is another feature of the Lord, that all pervasive, all pervading, like Paramatma feature. And Samam Charantam Sarvatra. So some is equal. So Samam is equally merciful. Charantam is distributing or moving. Sarvatra means everywhere. So, and the last line, Bhutanam. Bhutanam is, we know that all living beings also called Bhuta, Bhutanam, all of living beings. Yan Mitthaha means by intercourse, by interactions. Kalihi, dissension, disagreements, Kalaha, Kalha. So it's quarrel, disagreements, that sort of things. So Kunti Devi is saying here that, saying to Lord Sri Krishna that I consider your Lordship the eternal time, the Supreme Lord, without beginning and end, all pervading, equally merciful, distributing everywhere of living beings by intercourse, dissension. So we know the meaning now. So let's come to the translation. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. My Lord, I consider your Lordship to be eternal time, the supreme controller, without beginning and end, the all-pervasive one. In distributing your mercy, you are equal to everyone. The dissensions between living beings are due to social intercourse. Jai. So here, Srila Prabhupada are translating. The translation is very, very accurate. That Kunti Devi is addressing Lord Krishna that he is eternal time. And what is eternal time? He's controlling. He's a supreme controller, because with eternal time, everything is get controlled. So time is controlling everything, and without beginning and end, because there is no beginning or end. Anadi, Nidhanam, and all pervasive one, and he's everywhere, all pervasive, Vibhum, because there is no space or any planet or anything is not there in this world, that is in material world, where the time is not present. And he's samam, he's equal. So in distributing your mercy, you are equal to everyone. So all living beings everywhere, he's equally distributing his mercy. And the dissensions between living beings are due to social intercourse. And because the arguments or disagreements or quarrel, all the kala is between bhutanam or the living beings, because they are different desires, different interactions with material matter, or their desires, unfulfilled or unfulfilled. So because of that, it's not that Lord is partial. He's not partial. He's equally merciful to everyone. It's because of our own desires, our own shortcomings, that there are dissensions. So let's study the purport, because Srila Prabhupada have very nicely explained this verse, and we'll see the points from the purport. Kunti Devi knew that Krishna was neither her nephew nor an ordinary family member of her parental house. She knew perfectly well that Krishna is the primeval Lord who lives in everyone's heart as the super soul of Paramatma. Another name of Paramatma feature of the Lord is Kal, or eternal time. Eternal time is the witness of all our actions, good and bad, and thus resultant reactions are destined by him. It is no use saying that we do not know why and for what we are suffering. We may forget the misdeed for which we may suffer at this present moment, but we must remember that Paramatma is our constant companion, and therefore he knows everything past, present, and future. So it's no use of saying that I didn't know or why I'm suffering, or no use of blaming Krishna or anybody else, because we forgot our previous life. The forgetfulness also comes from Krishna. Bhagavad Gita chapter 15 verse 15. Krishna explains that. So, and because the Paramatma feature of Lord Krishna destines all actions and reactions, he is the supreme controller also. Without his sanctions, not a blade of grass can move. The living beings are given as much freedom as they deserve, and misuse of that freedom is the cause of suffering. The devotees of the Lord do not misuse their freedom, and therefore they are the good sons of the Lord. Others who misuse freedom are put into miseries destined by the eternal Kal. The Kal offers the conditioned souls both happiness and miseries. It is all predestined by eternal time. As we have miseries uncalled for, so we have happiness also without being asked. And they are all predestined by Kal. No one is therefore either an enemy or friend of the Lord. Everyone is suffering and enjoying the result of his own destiny. This destiny is made by the living beings in course of social intercourse. Everyone here wants to lord it over the material nature, and thus everyone creates his own destiny under the supervision of the Supreme Lord. He is all pervading, and therefore he can see everyone's activities. And because the Lord has no beginning or end, he is known also as the eternal time or Kal. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So Srila Prabhupada has explained very nicely about the eternal time, about this verse. So the Srila Prabhupada are mentioning that another name of Paramatma feature of the Lord is Kal, or eternal time. So eternal time is witness of all our actions, good or bad, and thus resultant reactions are destined by him. So the Lord is present everywhere in the form of time, of Paramatma, in this material creation. No one can control the time. We all are controlled by the time. Time deteriorates everything. We cannot catch time because time is Krishna, so we cannot catch Krishna. Old age is coming, death is coming. We have no ways to stop it. So we have no choice. Srila Gurudev says that we have to steal the time. We have to steal time. What does this mean, and how we can steal time? We can steal time to do chanting, to do study, Srimad Bhagavatam, and when we retire every day to do these devotional activities, then we can understand and appreciate Krishna as time. This topic is we appreciate Krishna as time. How we can appreciate? When we steal the time. We are very busy. We are busy every day. When you ask people say we are busy. We don't have any time. And they said, and when you see around that they're still like wasting their time in useless things, but still they said they don't have time. But when we steal the time, as Guru Maharaj says, steal time, and then we engage that time in Krishna consciousness activities, then Krishna is so merciful that he will expand that time for us. So he will expand, and then we will find the time. Otherwise, we have no time. But nowadays, everything is this lifestyle is so much that you say everyone that they don't have time. People say, oh, we are very busy. We don't have this time for this. And when you see the older generations, when the retired people, They play cards or game, the bowling games they have in Western world here. So they they wasting they're passing their time. So they say that they're passing the time. So see this illusion. This is the illusion. People who are working or younger generation, they say that they do not have time because they have to achieve so much materially. And older generation, they say that they are passing the time by playing cards. So this is a very much a big illusion, because um, the fact is that the time is passing anyway. Time is going and it's deteriorating everything. So we cannot bring back even a one breath. When time has passed, it's gone. So it's past. So we need to learn how to steal the time. Once we start giving time to Srimad Bhagavatam, then that is stealing the time from our illusion, from our madness. Krishna is eternal time, so he will expand for us. Even though we are so busy in our rat race, still we will find the time to study and for devotional service. So this is the mystical ways how Krishna will help us. When we appreciate time and spend on Krishna, then Krishna will appreciate. We sing in our in prayer in the end, like, you can only remember Krishna if Krishna remembers you. And wasting time is the greatest crime, because wasted time is the wasted mind. So Srila Gurudev says that if we disobey Krishna, then he's okay. But his energies we have to face. So there are very strict laws of nature. No one can escape from these laws. Srila Prabhupada are saying that in the purport that eternal time is the witness of all our actions, good and bad, and thus the resultant reactions are destined by him. So it is no use of saying that, oh, we do not know why we are and what we are suffering, because they say that ignorance of law is not an excuse. We must know this fact, that no one is responsible for one's situation he is in. There is no use of blaming others or Krishna for our own mess. We have to clean it up. So Srila Gurudev says that there is no favorable time in this material world. We cannot find any soft corner here. So better to steal time and start studying Srimad Bhagavatam and mold our lives in Krishna consciousness. Then material waves won't affect us. Otherwise, we will be in illusion that we are in control. Because when we see the modern world or modern science, there are a lot of theories of time travel, speed of light, and a lot of different theories. So the faster they can build a machine or something like that, time travel. But this is all good, looking good on the paper. These all theories. They is looking good on a paper, but when it comes to reality, Srila Gurudev says that the laws of material natures are very strict. You can't surpass by your satellites or your rockets or your the different theories. No, because no one can escape from it. So our calculations of past, present, and future are relative about the time. Because Srila Prabhupada said that an insect, the small insect, the time is different for him, and for a demigod, the time is different. We can see in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Brahma's lifespan has given, around 311 trillion years. An insect is just only lived for some days or some moments sometimes. So, but the time is relative for each species, but it has effect on everyone. It's not like that insect is different. No, it's effect on everyone, either demigods or a small ant. So our body has an expiry date, and all the material things are dated, so they all have expiry dates because of this effect of time. So this these modern science theories and gadgets where so we can like the scientists are they try to invent that to live eternally or surpass these uh, clutches of time is and saving time. This is all bogus because this is not have any um, real effect. This is just all theories. So we can see that the machines are invented to save time, right? There's so many machines we can save times. Uh, of yeah, few months ago we have discussed those AIs and everything that is coming. So this is all because they try to save time, right? Try to make our life easy. But and in all this, what's happening? Our bodily health is deteriorating. So we're saving time, right? We're making our life easy, but we're solving one. Srila Prabhupada says we're solving one problem, but it's creating another problem. So it's deteriorating health. So the nowadays a lot of diseases, not people not living longer as the older generations, in spite of modern medicines and inventions. Why? Because everything is polluted. Nothing is pure anymore. Now robotics are coming, and the same argument that it will make our life easier and save time. But no one is telling how to utilize the time which we're going to save. How to utilize that time. No one will tell you. They're just inventing new gadgets and new things to involve us more and more in those things. So we're getting entangled and wasting our time. So human life is valuable. Prahlad Maharaj says in Srimad Bhagavatam that Durlabham Manusham Janam. So this very rarely obtained this human birth. So when we are not appreciating time, means we are not appreciating Krishna. Krishna is merciful. He is not doing anything if we not disobeying him, but we have to face the music of his energies. I remember Guru Maharaj says that, like in music, you have sare gama, like the different sargams, and you can make millions and millions of tunes out of sare gama, padhanisa, all that. Same, there are three modes of material nature: goodness, passion, and ignorance, and they all mixed together, and there are millions and millions of combinations of those, and the living beings are dancing on these tunes, dancing on those uh, three gunas, these mixed together like those music. So this is our situation. We think that we are independent, but we cannot stop birth, death, old age, and disease. What type of independence is it? This is illusion only. So there are another reference of from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 13, verse 20, about this point. So I'll just quickly share that as well. Hold on. Yes. येन चैवाभिपन्नो अयम् प्राणैः प्रियतमैरपि जनः सद्यो वियुज्यते किम उतानेर्धनाधिभिः धनाधिभिः is all the wealth, honor, children. That means. So translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Whoever is under the influence of supreme Kala or eternal time must surrender his most dear life. And what to speak of other things such as wealth, honor, children, land, and home. Actually, this verse is spoken by Mahatma Vidur to Dhritarashtra because he was too much attached. He was an attached person. And after the battle of Kurukshetra, he's still living in the house of Pandavas. So Mahatma Vidur he's a true sadhu, he's a devotee of the Lord. So he reminded him, he instructed him that the time is approaching, you know. So I'll just quickly read a purport. It's not very big purport. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. A great Indian scientist busy in plan making business was suddenly called by invincible eternal time while going to attend a very important meeting of the planning commission. And he had to surrender his life, wife, children, house, land, wealth, etc. during the political upsurge in India and its division into Pakistan and Hindustan. So many rich and influential Indians had to surrender life, property, and honor due to the influence of time. And there are hundreds and thousands of examples like that all over the world, all over the universe, which are all effects of the influence of time. Therefore, the conclusion is that there is no powerful living being within the universe who can overcome the influence of time. Many poets have written verses lamenting the influence of time. Many devastations have taken place over the universes due to the influence of time, and no one could check them by any means. Even in our daily life, so many things come and go in which we have no hand, but we have to suffer or tolerate them without remedial measure. That is the result of time. So this is um, the influence of the time, you know. So how powerful call is the time is. Suddenly everything can change, and we think that we are in control, but we have no control. Srila Prabhupada has are giving the example of here the partition of India, where many um, people, many people, their lives have changed, and they have to leave everything overnight. So this hasn't changed even today's political situation in the world. Situation is the same, and people have to suffer and leave everything. We can lose even ourselves, like we can see that we can lose our job suddenly, and any health emergency can happen, and that can change everything in our life, and so on. The situations are unlimited like this. There is no it's padam padam yad vipdam. So every step there is danger here in this world. So time can change everything. So here Dhritarashtra was very much attached to his sons and his kingdom. Even though after losing all his sons, he still wants to live like a king on the cost of humiliation. So Vidur wants to wake him up and reminding him that old age is here and death is coming soon. So everything is under the influence of eternal time. Here in this material world, we must surrender everything, and like our life, what to speak of the house, wealth, wife, and children. So this is the vision of a sadhu, to see things as they are. Because Mahatma Vidur was a pure devotee of the Lord, so he could see the things as they are. But when we are attached, we are too much engrossed with the material activities, or to our attached to our sense attachments, then we cannot see these things. We think that we can make plans to escape all these calamities or whatever is happening. But nothing is in our control. We are not independent. Because the attached person or illusion uh, person, or with the sense gratification, cannot see what is happening. But when we appreciate Krishna and use the time in his service, then that is transcendental. Actually, everything belongs to Krishna. So we must use everything in the service of who is the real owner. Krishna is the real owner. So we must use this everything in the service of Krishna. Rishikena Rishikesa Sevanam Bhaktir Uchyate. That is one of the definition of bhakti, pure bhakti. Because as soon as we employ our senses in the service of the Lord, we are liberated immediately. No need of any other process. Srila Prabhupada said that no need of yoga process or any other process, because that's employing our senses in Krishna consciousness is the highest. But it's not be superficial. It has to be done under the guidance, under the shelter of our spiritual master, of our seniors. Because it's very easy. It look like it's all right. The path of there are two parts we have discussed, the Bhagavad Vidhi and the Panchratmika Vidhi. So Bhagavad Vidhi looks like all right. It's very easy. We can do it. No, we have to be under the guidance, under the shelter constantly. Constantly, we have to be because it's a little thought of independence can ruin us. We're not independent. We are never independent, because that's what Srila Prabhupada also discussed in many other purposes about dependence on Krishna. So Srila Prabhupada are explaining here that the word, there is another word in the verse is charantam, in this verse. That means moving. The Lord moves everywhere, within and without. Samam charantam sarvatra. Samam. Samam is like equal. So equally moving is distributing his mercy everywhere. His eternal time, his Paramatma, his within even a small atom in this whole universe. So he is equally distributing his mercy, and he is moving. Charantam. The Lord is moving everywhere equally. So he is not partial. So by bhakti we can purify our senses to see him, because he's moving everywhere. So how to see him? So by bhakti we can purify our senses. So as Krishna is eternal time, so we can see Krishna's hand in everything what is happening around us. When we read to see, does it mean actually to see through these eyes, these material eyes? No. How we can see antimatter with matter? We cannot see antimatter with matter. We can see the symptoms, accepting the will of Krishna. That is the way of seeing. See through the eyes of knowledge. So non-devotees do not accept and always make plans to stay here permanently. Although old age is coming, they try to hide it with artificial means and hoping science will invent something so they can live forever. I actually seen a documentary that there is a machine or some sort of a setup. They try to preserve the body, and it's constantly using electricity, so much, some liquid, some sort of, it's very expensive. It's not very, very cheap thing. And they built a plant here in Australia as well, and middle of Australia somewhere. I seen that, and people try to put, one person they were showing that he preserved a body of his girlfriend there. So, and hoping one day the science will be that advanced, then it can bring back his girlfriend. So this is because we are illusion. We don't know people do not know the reality. And modern science is even further bewildering people. It's no true department of science, as Srila Prabhupada said. There is no department on spirituality on universities and colleges that we can study about these topics. So they try to live forever, And one point Srila Prabhupada are saying on this as well, that this is the sign of living entity is eternal. How this is a sign of living entity is eternal? Because the one there is a this is a urge, or this is a desire to live forever. We don't want to die, we want to live forever. Why? Because the nature of soul is eternal. The nature of the soul is eternal. That's why this desire is coming from. On the other hand, a devotee of the Lord, he accepts the will of the Lord and 100% depend on Krishna. So he's depend on Krishna 100%. We are our own judge. The time we can see, because we are practicing Krishna consciousness, so we can see in ourselves that sometimes or we are not satisfied with our situation. So we are not, we are complaining. So it means we are not accepting the will of the Lord. We are not satisfied what we have. So of course we are working and to maintain our family and ourselves, and it is necessary to do jobs and work and family duties. We have duties, prescribed duties. That's fine. But the results belongs to Krishna. Results, we not have any, we don't take the results. We offer to Krishna whatever we have. So we must offer everything to Krishna and his service. Srila Gurudev says that the sun never goes down on the devotees of the Lord. Every day the sun rises and sets, and time is passing, day and night. So one day is gone, another day is gone, another day is gone. And we're thinking that we'll here permanently. I remember His Grace Amrish Prabhu shared about a long time ago that there is a pastime or passage in Mahabharata where Yudhishthira Maharaj answering the question of Yaksha, and one of the question was that what is the thing, this really what do you call it, wonder thing that and Yudhishthira Maharaj said that the thing is that everyone knows that he sees that people are dying every day, but he thinks that he is not going to die. He'll live here for forever. So this is the one of the illusion, the wonderful illusion of this world, that we think that we are here forever. So yeah, so but a devotee of the Lord engaged in the service of the Lord, and thus the time has no effect and he is transcendental. Srila Prabhupada says that a pure devotee of the Lord does not live on material sky. His so-called material body does not exist, being surcharged with spiritual current of the Lord's identical interest, and thus permanently freed from all contaminations. So he is not, well, it's about the Mahabhagavat, the pure devotee of the Lord. We can see that he's got a material body. No, that material body is surcharged with spiritual devotional service. So he's not at the material plane like us. He's spiritualized. So he's purified by all contamination. So he is considered to be very, very high. Because he's a Mahabhagavat, pure devotee. I remember one, His Grace Amrish Prabhu used to show us one series, Abhay where the life story of Srila Prabhupada. In there was one instance, Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, His Divine Grace, his Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Prabhupada, his Guru Maharaj, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, his when he disappeared, and then all his, because he's the only disciple of his Guru Maharaj. So the other people, they try to claim his body, because they were all try to, because they try to make money out of it, how, because they want to make business out of it. They have samadhi in their place, so people will come there, more and more people will come there and will have more donations and more everything. But and one of them, he says, no, Guru Maharaj said that I'm so fallen, so my body has to be dragged through the streets because I'm so fallen, so contaminated. So let's do it. And they try to do that. But then suddenly the Srila Prabhupada Guru Maharaj came, and then he stopped everyone. That no, the body of Mahabhagavat is so pure. It's not this material. This is not a material body. He's always on spiritual plane. So he's spiritualized. So that's the instant I remember that yes, a pure devotee is not on material plane. He's always spiritual plane because he's engaged in Krishna consciousness very much. And recently, there is a class by His Grace Amrish Prabhuji on perils of material life, has been shared by Her Grace Stevensi Mataji. Thank you very much, Mataji. So it's a very nice point that I want to share. It's in the last point, that the point is that it is a very lucky thing to get old age. Some people do not get old age as they die early, but we are not afraid of dying. Devotees want to die early when they can still take the name of Krishna. Maharaj would say that at the time of death, when the pain is like 10,000 scorpions biting at the same time, how would we remember Krishna's name? Only if we dedicate our life in the younger age to Krishna, then in older age, Krishna will come and chant his name with us. That is his promise. Konteya priti janehi name bhakta pranashyati. He says in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, verse 31, O son of Kunti, declare it boldly that my devotee never perish. So this is the promise of Krishna. So when we appreciate Krishna as time and spend time on Srimad Bhagavatam, spend time with Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada books, then we can realize those things. This is it's very, very patiently. We have to be very, very patient. Otherwise, and satisfied. Another thing, if we are not satisfied, obviously we don't have a mind on this. We can't dwell our mind on this subject matter. Our mind is everywhere, here and there. So we cannot concentrate and sit down and have spend time with Srimad Bhagavatam. So I'm really, really grateful to His Grace Amrish Prabhu and all the devotees giving me this chance, and Srila Gurudev and Srila Prabhupada, because these are we can relish these topics when we sit alone and study and more think over it and try to find the ways how we can practically implement in our life. That is the main thing when we try to actively, practically implement. I know it's not very easy. I found it very hard as well. And slowly we can learn, and through our seniors and by following the instructions of Guru Maharaj and our and Srila Prabhupada. So I think yeah, I'll stop here. So if any questions or any comments, please share. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Srila Gurudev ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Hare Krishna, Sanjeev. Thank you very much for a nice class. Different points, some time. Very nice. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much.
Yes. I will invite devotees to, if they have anything to ask or clarify or some points, please. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Sanjeev Prabhu
Hare Krishna.
class. And thank you, His Grace Amrish Prabhuji, His Grace Purnaprana Devi Asramachadi, and His Grace Krishna Samavan Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, by the topic, I was thinking on the thing, like how time is very powerful. And you said, like, by the material pangs, people don't even realize the time is very powerful. Even few days back, I was reading a news, like the second richest man, Larry Ellison or something, the owner of Oracle, he is investing heavily on the research how human lifespan can be increased and we can't go old age. So he's trying to stop old age. So how bewildered are they? And the devotees of Lord, they know everything and they are very satisfied. That point I was thinking upon. And the second thing, the time travel and all. Like few months back, me and Pradyum Prabhu was discussing, like if you travel in time, so our soul is unique, our identity is unique all over the universe. So if I go back in time and I meet another Deepak, so how can there be two Deepak? There can't be two souls. So the fundamental, like the movie seems nice, but at very fundamental level, they are wrong. So thank you,
Yes.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for your observation, your comments. Yes, we, we were discussing, like Paramatma feature of the Lord he's Trikaldarshi. He's present, past, and future. And all the modern science, these new gadgets and everything, as you said, that don't want to grow old. So it all looks good in paper, looks good in theory or in movies, but in reality, the laws of nature are very strict, very stringent. Nobody can surpass it. This world. Srila Prabhupada says that clearly, that it's very strict. So it's not like that we can make some gadget or some chemical or something like that, and then we can surpass those laws. No, it's not like that. So it's a bewilderment. You rightly said that they are so bewildered. But and by the causeless mercy of Srila Gurudev and Srila Prabhupada, we come to know these facts. We come to know these things. Otherwise, we are also bewildered. So this material world is bewilderment. Everyone is bewildered. And second thing that you said, the time machine, that you go back into the time and you see another Deepak. So this is all the mind tricks. It's not real. It's just a mind tricks that gives you different facts. Unless I'll request His Grace Amrish Prabhuji because he knows more deeper about these things about time. So yes, Prabhuji, if you can share something on this topic, Prabhuji.
About what does you think, Prabhuji?
Time travel, Prabhuji.
Time travel. I want to speculate. Time travel. Back in the future, back in the past.
Yeah, it's really fascinating in movies. We've seen that. Okay, somebody built a machine and goes back in the time or in future.
But being present in multiple times at the same time is nothing extraordinary. It's a very common feature. In the yogic process, Ashta Yoga, the perfection of yoga is where one can become one can get 8 siddhis, and one of them is to appear in different places at the same time. Srila Prabhupada also mentioned that during the um, Kumbh Mela and all, it will be very careful with people, sadhus who are there. Yeah, you do not know what they are, who they are, you know. And sometimes they can dip in one particular place in Himalayas and come out in Prayag, you know.
Hmm.
Yeah, so one can become stronger than, heavier than the heavy. One can create a planet also by yogic siddhis.
Hmm.
So
So,
traveling of the time is a different situation, but I've not come across, you know, scriptures about time travel.
hmm.
Many things else are there. I mean, maybe there I've not studied. I do not know. I'm still a student, you know. If it comes, I'll make a note.
So the process is different, yes, probably. Like not like people or the scientists they try to make a machine or something. It's not like that. As you said,
No,
that
no,
the
no.
yoga siddhi, the process is different. You have to
Process is
follow
different.
that process, austerity and
That's
all that.
correct.
It's not like the yes,
Quite right. Quite right.
yes. Thank you,
Okay.
Prabhuji.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, His Grace Amrish Prabhuji, His Grace Purna Purna Mataji, and His Grace Krishna Samapan Krishna Prabhuji for arranging these classes. And thank you, Sanjeev Prabhuji, for a very nice lecture. So, this one point that I really like from the class that you mentioned, Prabhuji, was that things change at the example that you gave of the partition. I heard one lecture of Maharaj that Amrish shared. So Maharaj was saying the same point that India, Pakistan, and the partition was there, and everyone's life changed under circumstance. And so we cannot predict anything. And time can change. Like even the richest man can become very poor in just few days or few uh, some time, and even the poorest man can become very rich. So that is very unpredictable. And uh, I like the point that you mentioned that if he disobey Krishna, then he is okay. But we have to face his energies. We cannot escape from that. Either we have to face Krishna or either we are facing his energies. So
That's Guru
thank
Maharaj said, yes.
yes, Prabhuji. So thank you, Prabhuji, for all these points. And I also had the same question. I asked the questions to Deepak Prabhu that I was saying that if are there any mentions of time travel and all in our scriptures? And I had one question since we're discussing about time. So you mentioned the same point, Prabhuji, that Krishna is Trikaldarshi, like he knows past, present, and future of everyone. So past and present, I can imagine of, but because we have free will, so how can Krishna know the future of the living entity? Prabhuji? I had this question.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji, for your question. Yeah, I have a little understanding that I can share. Then I will go to His Grace Amrish Prabhuji for more clarification. Um, yes, Krishna is Trikaldarshi because time is energy of Krishna. So, and time is not present in spiritual world. Like it doesn't have any effect. It's there, but it doesn't have any effect. Like we grow old, we get diseases, or we die. That sort of thing is not happening in spiritual world. That's what I heard in the lectures. And when you say that he knows future also, because everything is happening under his superintendence. Um, one Srimad Bhagavatam, I was going through the verses, and the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada are saying in the purport that Krishna he's a supreme engineer of this whole creation. He knows every nook and corner of what's going on. Demigods might be looking after the affairs, but he knows everything. And in this verse also says that he's anadi, nidhanam. So he's without the beginning, without the end. So how the beginning and end is not exist, where there is time doesn't have any effect. It's not any effect. So I'll just request His Grace Amrish Prabhu about the point how he knows the future, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
So for all tricky questions, you put it to me, huh?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji. I know very little, Prabhuji. You are the expert.
Yeah, no, good, very good question. Free will is there. How can Krishna know?
Hmm.
How can Krishna know? You tell me. He knows. That's full stop. That is answer the question. He knows. So how will he know? In what form does he know?
Paramatma form?
Yes, sir. Exactly.
Hmm.
As a Paramatma form, he knows. Okay. And now you may say that, okay, after how many lifetime one goes back, and all those things, that becomes a little technical, which we don't have much idea. Krishna says that I know uh, what has happened in the past. What is the verse in the Bhagavad Gita? I know there's a verse in Bhagavatam with Lord Brahma also, same thing. Bhuta Bhave Bhavat Prabhu Tara Malakavat Krishna Vishwa. So for Lord Brahma also it is mentioned. Why talk about Krishna only? He knows about past, present, future of the universe. It goes in cyclical way. Yeah.
Hmm.
But for the individual soul, sorry, what is the verse? What is the verse, Krishnadas? The kings.
Hare Krishna, sorry. Bhagavad Gita chapter 7, verse 26. Vedaham samatitani. Oh,
Yeah,
Arjuna,
yeah, please.
sorry. Oh, Arjuna, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I
No,
know.
read the verse. Read the verse first. Recite the verse.
Yep. So this is Bhagavad Gita chapter 7, verse 26. Vedaham samatitani vartamanani charjuna bhavishyani cha bhutani mam tu vedana kashchana. So translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O Arjuna, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I know everything that has happened in the past, all that is happening in the present, and all things that are yet to come. I also know all living entities, but me no one knows.
Thank you. So we discussed this verse in the Bhagavad Gita, our leader Sangha. Why didn't you ask this question?
Yes, Prabhuji.
But you just sleep nicely. All of you give nice realization. Just open the Bhagavad YouTube. You'll be there. Everybody giving big bhashan. Yeah, done, finished. You give your realization, finish, go to sleep. The next day forgotten. So what? Tell me, how does it work? As Paramatma, he understands. Yeah,
Yes, Prabhuji.
yeah. And the free will, is up to us. That is right. But the free will also requires sanction. You understand, Padma Prabhu? So sanction is done by Krishna. We may, even if good or bad, right or wrong, sanction is given by Krishna. That's how he knows.
Hmm.
Okay? That is how he knows.
Yes, Prabhuji.
And don't make the mistaken that, okay, a sanction is done just now, in a second. You ask a question, get a sanction. Sanction didn't come after a period of time. You may ask for something very big, but say, okay, hold on. Let us see how eager are you to achieve this thing. Ask me again. We do it many times in the program. You have some big bhashan question comes. You say, okay, can you remember ask this question after 2 months or after next week, third week? And nobody does. So far, nobody has remembered and called me and said, I can get it. Okay, there's not a question at all. That's just for the sake of it. Is it all right? That's how Paramatma is. The form of Paramatma, he knows past, present, and future of all living beings. Yeah, you raise your hands again.
Yes, Suji. No, I wanted to ask that, is it because Krishna knows our past, so he knows our activities, and so that he can he knows the future, that what kind of desires we will get, because
No.
our
I
activity.
did not say that at all. You did not hear me. What did we discuss? I said whenever we want to change, whatever is our desire is approved by him. That's how he knows the future. Why do you speculate and why do you have to put your brain and say based upon our past experience, you will know what the future is? These are software. Software has got past experience creating future AI models. Don't bring all those things here. This is a very sophisticated model. Because this is human being, a very sophisticated model. But whatever we do is sanctioned by Krishna. That's how he knows the future. That is how in the Paramatma form he knows the future. Now, if you tell me that, okay, which lifetime is going to happen, that is just speculating too much. Why do you want to know that? Not all answers can be given by a human brain. But Krishna knows. So Krishna knows past, present, and future. Even demigods know past, present, and future. Even yogis can know past, present, and future to some extent. Not all extent, but some extent. Yeah. But by free will, nobody can control the free will. You can do anything in free will. That's what we are saying. After going back to Godhead, you may fall down. Up to you. Up to you. Why do we fall down? It's up to you. Why are you asking me a question, man? I had the same question. I was with Krishna. Why did I fall down? That's correct. Absolutely right. Foolish number one. But I accept it. Okay. Is it all right?
Prabhuji, thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you,
No,
Sanjeev Prabhu. Is it okay, Sanjeev Prabhu?
Yes,
Sorry.
Prabhuji. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for elaborating on this topic. This question, answering that question.
Yeah, this is just to complete this point. There's Upadaksha Anumanta. There's a verse is there in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is called Upadaksha Anumanta. Means he oversees and he authorizes.
Sanction.
Sanctioner, yeah. He sanctions. So man may propose, but God must dispose. We propose a lot of things, you know. Okay, we should conclude, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Sorry. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. Hare Krishna, dear devotees.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
So thank you very much, Sanjeev Prabhu, for your wonderful class and realizations and the questions and the answers. It was enlivening for everybody, including me. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Shila
Krishna.
Prabhupada ki jai, Shila Gurudev ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.